So we all are familiar with the old voice that news producers and people that would be on TV in like the 1900s would sound like. They would be like, "So today we are exploring the downfall of penguins in America," or some stupid subject like that. They would talk the same. They would be like, "All right, so today we are joined by our special guest," and then they'll say whoever it is. But yeah, apparently that voice, disappeared. Well, I'm not saying apparently because I know it disappeared, but it's segue to the video. Why did the transatlantic accent suddenly vanish? So we're gonna check out why that old timey accent disappeared. So let's check it out.
Make This Make Sense presents the Voice of America. Why did people used to talk like this?
Come out and take it, you dirty yellow-bellied rat, or I'll give it to you through the door.
You know, that
Yeah, like old westerns.
old-timey voice of the old movies and news reports.
Film report from the Southwest.
Film report from the southwest bank of West Elizabeth in 1897.
Pacific, where American
Where a gang of outlaws robbed...
planes are delivering packages of death.
It's
They all sound the same.
so
It's
iconic
it's like the same guy.
distinctive that we treat it like a historical window and how the entire country of America once sounded.
You went to work after the divorce.
The women too. The women. I can't do that accent, but I wish I could, but I can't do that unfortunately.
Didn't you?
Oh, yes, except for a brief interlude and a couple of alcoholics.
But here's the twist. That voice that voice wasn't normal. Almost nobody actually talked like that in real life. So why does basically every recording from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s seem to feature this weird, vaguely British sounding voice? And why did it suddenly vanish? By the end of this video, you will know who created it, why Hollywood enforced it, and what finally killed it. Let's dive in and make this make sense.
I want to know why it isn't enforced anymore. Not that I would want, people to sound like that in movies, because obviously that era is over with, but,
When you watch footage from the first half of the 20th century, you hear a very specific sound. Sharp consonants, long vowels, and a kind of theatrical crispness.
I wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the kind things you have said about me this evening.
It's so baked into the footage that your brain goes, "Ah, yeah, it's that old-timey accent."
What, do you think I'm gonna let a funny little redhead like you run around loose here?
But if that voice were truly how people spoke, we'd expect it to slowly fade gradually across generations. Instead, it just drops off a cliff. It disappears. One decade, it's everywhere.
You don't care at all about having lost Preston. If it had been any other woman, you never would have given it a second thought.
And a short time later, it's gone.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But accents do not disappear that quickly on their own. Something else
obviously, because it's a made-up accent. It's not that's not how they really talked in real life. That's just how, I guess, the producer kind of made
was
speak.
happening. The voice in those old recordings actually had an official name, the transatlantic accent, sometimes called the mid-Atlantic accent. And despite the name, it didn't come from the transatlantic or mid-Atlantic or anywhere else on Earth. It was manufactured, made up, a cultivated sound that blended British with American. And it began spreading in the early 20th century, not because people picked it up organically, but because influential people decided it should exist. At the time, American elites were dealing with cultural insecurity. Britain still dominated ideas of refinement. British theater, British literature, British properness. And it was all seen as the gold British literature.
That's so cool that everybody used to dress like that. Like this is how you show up to like a funeral. Like this was just an everyday outfit for these guys. Like everyone's just fly as hell. Just fly as hell. The top hats. Look at that big trench coat. Everybody's just fly as hell. Like this jacket probably costs like $500. This is what people wear to like formal events. maybe once a year. This is like a regular outfit for these guys. These guys will just get up. Like, I just got up today, or actually it's nighttime. I got up today and just put this on. You know, baggy sweatpants because it's comfortable. I left the gym and was like, you know, these, and just a t-shirt. You know, these guys were just putting on, you know, let's just looking fabulous. I missed it.
British properness. And it was all seen as the gold standard. Sounding British meant sounding educated, but Americans didn't want to sound British. They wanted their own prestige voice. So the solution was to build one.
You know, darling, you're not a very good liar.
The idea was to create a form of English speech that didn't belong to any region, didn't reveal your background, and didn't tie you to a specific place. So someone from New York, London, or even Australia could meet and sound essentially the same. To achieve this, speech experts blended elements of upper-class British pronunciation with some New England features. One of the best examples of this is speech teacher Edith Skinner and her 1942 book, Speak with Distinction, which gave actors and public figures step-by-step instructions on how to speak with the transatlantic accent. While Skinner and her book were not the genesis of the accent, she is often credited with being the most influential at formalizing and spreading the accent across America. One of the most noticeable aspects of the accent was dropping hard R sounds. So, bird instead of bird, car instead of car.
Bed, the bed, the car. Look at that car right there. Car. I'm from the South. We say car. The car. Look at that car. I'm black and Southern. I say car. Look at that car, man. Look at that car. That's a nice car right there.
If you've
I
ever
don't really speak like that. I say car.
heard a Boston accent, you're hearing something similar.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
Smart Pack?
Just hit the clicker, car packs itself.
A good example of this is actress Katharine Hepburn in this scene in Philadelphia Story.
I should think that of all people, a writer would need tolerance. The fact is, you can't be a first-rate writer or a first-rate human being until you've learned to have some small regard for human friends.
Hepburn, who was born in and lived in Connecticut, was trained to speak with a fluent transatlantic accent. So much so that Cate Blanchett adopted the accent in her portrayal of Hepburn in Martin Scorsese's The Aviator.
Saw your Scarface picture. It was right up there in front of you, Buster. Get a hearing aid or see my father.
The accent also emphasizes T's, like wata and winter. Other examples of the accent are
winter. So you don't even just say the right, you say whatever the T is, you just say ta or whatever.
Are WH words like why or when. The WH in the transatlantic accent is pronounced wah. So why becomes why, and when becomes when.
I cannot tell you when or where the United Nations
or why. Ah, okay, it's coming together now. This is starting to
going to strike.
See, I wish when I was in school we would watch videos like this.
Next.
And as U.S.
There's so much good content on YouTube that
President
I feel like teachers don't take advantage of.
Franklin Roosevelt,
but it's their job to teach, not the YouTuber.
Just demonstrated it wasn't just Hollywood actors that spoke with the accent, but also politicians, public figures, and anyone else who needed to speak in front of a microphone. Once this speech system was formalized, schools for the wealthy began teaching it, and so did acting.
I love just looking at pictures like this. Like, all these people are dead. Like, every single person in this photograph is dead. Like, she's dead, 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 she's dead. All of these people are dead in some marked location scattered upon the earth that I'll never know about. That's just a crazy thing I thought about, but yeah, all these people are dead.
Schools for the wealthy began teaching it, and so did.
So are they. Like, each one of these people had lives. Like, every one of these girls right here had an individual life There's so much traumatic stuff that probably happened to them that no one will ever know about. It's like they each had things they enjoyed and hated, and no one cares or knows, or they just lived and died. It's just put it in perspective how easily you're forgotten in life. I will never know any of these girls' names. Never. It's crazy.
Acting academies. Speech teachers drilled the voice into students who wanted to project sophisticated.
Same for all these guys. Like each of these guys had a life. Like these guys were probably friends. Like these guys were probably tight right here. The tightest guys in this school. Like they're all just dead now. It's crazy.
If you want to be in the pictures, kid, here's what you gotta do. Hollywood, which was exploding at the time, quickly adopted it. Directors and studios wanted their actors to sound worldly and polished, not regional or local. Could you imagine if James Cagney here spoke with an American Southern accent from like Georgia or Alabama? So instead of sounding like this,
Now we gotta fight fire with fire. And while we're doing it, we gotta stick together.
he sounded like this.
We gotta fight fire with fire. And while we're doing it, we gotta stick together.
Yeah. Fire with fire. Fire with fire. We gotta stick together.
So they
Damn, this girl's pretty.
hired voice coaches and trained the actors to speak with this entirely made-up accent. Another reason for the transatlantic accent was literally technical. Early audio equipment was rough. Very rough.
Yeah.
Microphones couldn't
Only thing you can pick up is the vibrations. It's straight up static.
capture low tones well, and they smudged soft sounds. They made casual, everyday speech muddy and hard to understand. So speakers overcompensated. They projected. They enunciated. They raised their pitch. They spoke with controlled precision instead of conversational flow. When you look at old newsreels from the 40s, you can hear this.
United States artillerymen roll out ammunition for the huge disappearing guns that are a part of America's elaborate coastal defense system.
What we now think of as old-timey speech wasn't a natural way of talking. It was a survival strategy for early audio technology. Meanwhile, regular Americans still sounded rather normal. They had normal accents, they spoke casually. They didn't sound like announcers. A good example,
like people that were watching this media from other countries, they think that's how Americans sounded. And they come to America, they're like, why are you speaking like a hillbilly?
This is this old clip from 1951, posted by television archivist TV Days on YouTube. A local San Francisco news reporter with CBS KPIX did some of television's first man-on-the-street interviews. The reporter, if you listen, still has remnants of the transatlantic accent.
We have decided to take teletrips down on Market Street in San Francisco.
But the people he's interviewing sound, well, normal.
Well, let's talk to you. What is your name, sir? Lee Appel. I see. What do you do, sir? Clothing salesman. Uh-huh. What do you think 1951 will hold for you? Well, I hope that it holds peace. I spent 4 years in the last one, and I hope I don't have to.
I mean, he kind of has it too. Wait, did everyone sound like this?
Well, again.
But you don't hear those voices much in older films and radio broadcasts because the gatekeepers didn't consider them proper. They wanted polished voices that conveyed authority and intelligence. So most of the recordings from that era reflect the voices of the people who had access to the studios, not the
Crazy, they were
voices
doing
of the
street interviews. What do you do for work, sir? I'm a crooked oil magnate. I make people work for me for a penny a day in the coal mines, and I complain that they're not producing enough, even when I have 16 mansions and 1 million horses.
Public. But in the 1950s, a new generation of actors arrived and rejected
basically Rockefeller.
Theatrical polish altogether. They wanted realism. They wanted voices that belonged somewhere instead of nowhere. Actors like Marlon Brando spoke naturally. They paused. They mumbled. They sounded human.
Hey, Stella!
And audiences loved it.
And you are the queen of the Nile, sitting on your throne, swilling down my liquor. And you know what I say? Ha ha!
Compared to this new style, the old accent suddenly felt stiff, artificial, and distant. And then, once televisions were inside most American homes, the transatlantic accent more or less disappeared overnight.
This looks like such a boring living room. My God. A box TV in the corner, a plant on a table, and the most uncomfortable couch you've ever seen in your life.
So did Americans used to sound different? No, not really. For a brief moment in history, sounding slightly British while also sounding like you came from nowhere was considered the highest compliment of all. The past didn't speak with one voice. It was just manufactured to sound that way.
Okay. That was a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I learned a lot this video. Cool how we just like left it in the dirt. And now people on TV just speak how they would normally speak. And you know, I guess back then we cared a lot more how we were perceived, I guess, and we were just trying to get away from the British accent, so we wanted to make our own thing. But I guess it makes sense. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the video. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna leave it off there. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day or night. And until next time, peace out.